Hello and welcome. This is gonna be part 3 and also the final part filmed in West Shanghai. Let's do this. So we are starting off at Shanghai's most famous temple, which is Jing Temple. And the reason you want to come here is because of its unique look on the outside. But besides that, the inside looks pretty normal. And the price to get in is 50 RMB. And because of that, and more importantly, to save time, I have decided to not go in because there are a lot of people on Chinese social media who post about this temple. And I've looked at them and it looks pretty normal. So just looking at it from outside is enough for me. You can actually see the inside quite well from outside also. But if you really like temples, maybe that's your passion in life, then it's definitely worth visiting, I think. But I can't really appreciate these temples too well. And also I slept 8 hours last night, so good things can happen today. Normally I sleep 7. Okay, let's go to the next place. Before leaving, let me also touch this one. Also a bit dirty. Most of the places we are visiting in this video is in Jing'an, and I would say that Jing'an, this area, is very modern with a lot of open space and tall buildings. So our next destination is gonna be Jing'an Park, and this is definitely one of the nicest parks I've been to in Shanghai. And as usual, it is super clean, and it is also spring or summer now in Shanghai, so all the plants are also really nice. And here they also have some nice flowers, which I want to smell. I can't resist myself. And this park is very close to the temple, so I think it is worth a visit. So I just want to share an idea here. So I have been working a lot lately. For example, planning out this YouTube channel, working at my 9-to-5 job as a developer, and also studying. And the thing I want to say is that traveling just becomes so much nicer if you worked hard before, because then it feels like you've really earned it. But traveling for fun without having earned it just feels so meaningless to me. And if I do that, then there is no way I'm gonna be happy on that trip. So the idea I want to share is that hard work, either mental or physical, will make a reward feel so much better. And it is the same thing as when I was in school. If I went out drinking on an evening, I was so much happier if it was after an exam compared to if it was on a normal day. And also, ever since I started making these YouTube videos, I think visiting these tourist attractions has become so much more enjoyable because it feels productive, and once I'm done filming, then I can enjoy the experience much better. Okay, let's walk to our next destination. The next destination is gonna be this shopping center, and just like most other shopping centers, this is very modern and has a lot of shops and restaurants. Speaking of shops, I would say that my materialistic desire right now is very low. It's like the attention span of the average person. With that said, let me share some quick advice on how I was able to get rid of my desire for materialistic things. Tip number 1, not wanting something is just as good as having it. Let's say I want to buy a new shirt. This problem can be solved in 2 ways. Either I buy the shirt or I stop wanting it. Both solves the problem of desiring the shirt. Number 2, if you have goals in life, then owning things that are not useful is gonna slow you down. Every time you buy something, part of your attention gets stolen by it. They all just become distractions. Our attention is limited, so because of this, there are only a certain amount of things we can focus on. So if we put focus on one thing, then other areas will suffer. Number 3, that special thing we want is almost immediately gonna stop feeling special once we get it. I'm talking about things that are not necessary, like luxury items. And it's not gonna keep us happy for long because we adapt so fast. Number 4, most of the time when I'm about to buy something, I remind myself that every time I spend money, I also spend time. And here are some examples of things that take time. Buying, researching and comparing online, picking up the package, and then throwing away the package. Right now, I will only buy something if it's gonna be used a lot, gonna save me time, or is good for my health. Just because we want something doesn't mean it's useful. And I think we all know what things are useless and what are not. Number 5. Be more interested in learning skills over getting materialistic things. Number 6. Make it part of your identity to be a person who doesn't want materialistic things. Number 7, and the last thing, is to say that you just don't care. I'll give you an example. Let's say I want to buy a new shirt, but I just don't care about that, because I have better things to care about. Have the answer ready when the urge hits. Okay, that's the advice. Back to the video. Next, we are gonna go to another park, and if my research is correct, then we will see 1 or 2 very nice buildings on the way. We are taking a quick food break, and today we are having Chinese food. Shall we take a bite? Hello, hello. So our next destination is gonna be Jing Sculpture Park. And as you can probably guess, here they have a lot of sculptures. Besides the sculptures, Shanghai's History Museum is also located here. So my girlfriend is joining me today, so I thought that we could both share our favorite sculpture here. But first, let's walk around and have a look at them.
Hello, hello. This is my favorite sculpture. 可以了。
Hello, hello, and this is gonna be my favorite sculpture. So I wanna tell you a quick story here. So I recently met one of my girlfriend's friends, and my girlfriend told me not to tell her about the gifts I had bought her. So I have bought her a Michael Kors handbag for around $300, and then I also bought her a second-hand MacBook Air for around $800 because she really needed an upgrade. And not having it was slowing her down a lot, and this is gonna save her a lot of time. And I'm a big supporter in buying useful things. Also, she said that every time she's gonna use the computer, she is gonna think of me, which I think is good for the relationship. So these 2 gifts can be a big deal here in China, where the average salary is not so high. I think here in Shanghai it's around 12,000 RMB, and probably half that in rest of China. So my girlfriend told me not to mention the gifts if her friend asked about them. And I would say that I wanted to talk about the gifts just to feel a little bit good about myself. Either way, this made me think a little bit, and the new rule I'm gonna live by is if I can be humble and modest, then be so. Don't seek praise. So I think I've been living by this rule for a long time. I just never really defined it. Okay, that's all. Let's go. So the riverside was very close, so this will be the last and final destination in this video. This was not initially planned, so guess I'm over-delivering a little bit. I'm gonna walk a little bit and then go back home. Hello, it's dark outside now and I've just been to some of the places we visited in this video, and here is some footage of that. We are back here now in the evening, and I would say that this is known as the Chinese dating dream. You work during the day and then you meet up at one of these modern areas or a shopping mall in the evening and then go for a walk. You look at the buildings and the lights and then maybe have dinner, and afterwards maybe share a dessert, and then, you know, who gets the last bite? And I think this is what is shown in a lot of Chinese dramas, although I've not seen too many of them. Either way, I am very grateful that I get to experience dating in China. Okay, that's the video. Here's a map of all the places we went to, and thank you so much for watching.